Imagine a cloud platform that provides digital access to quality higher education and career development to millions of Africans. Imagine a cloud platform that enables unemployed graduates to boost their employability by taking accelerated professional training programs online. Imagine a cloud platform that enables stay-at-home mothers and rural youths to have access to higher education right from their homes and villages. Imagine a cloud platform that enables working professionals to upgrade their skills and their certificates so that they can gain promotions, salary raises, and access to graduate studies. Imagine a cloud platform that enables retired senior citizens to reprofessionalize in 3 or 4 months and get back into the job market with high-paying jobs. Imagine a cloud platform that provides the opportunity for self-employed youths in the informal sector to gain the skills and qualifications they need to migrate into the formal sector. Imagine a cloud platform that turns every digital device connected to the internet, like your smartphone or laptop or tablet, into a classroom. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not need to imagine anymore because that platform is called Prowess. And Prowess is now a reality in Cameroon. Prowess is now a reality in Africa. I am Godfrey Eso, the founder of Prowess Higher Education, and I welcome you to the Prowess story. I made my debut in higher education in the year 2007 when I was appointed Deputy Director in charge of teaching at the Higher Institute of Applied Medical Sciences in Buea, Cameroon. In that capacity, I was instrumental in helping that institution get accredited by the Ministry of Higher Education. In that capacity, I single-handedly developed the first ever quality management manual for a private university in Cameroon. In that capacity, I was part of the management team for the British Council funded project that saw a partnership between the Higher Institute of Applied Medical Sciences, the Department of Nursing in the University of Buea, and the School of Nursing and Midwifery at the University of East Anglia, UK, to develop a framework for degree-level nursing education for Cameroon. That project engendered the curriculum that is being used in IAMS today and some other schools, as well as the Master of Nursing Education program that is currently running in the University of Buea. I remember when I went to the British High Commission to apply for my first visa to travel to the UK in late 2007, they asked me what my personal contribution to the project was and why I was traveling to the UK. My response surely baffled them. I told them that I was going to the UK to show the colleagues in the UK, the professors in the School of Nursing and Midwifery of the University of East Anglia, how to package and deploy their lecture material on an online platform that students in Cameroon could access as part of their master's studies. They asked me to come for my visa at 2 p.m. That was the end of the interview. You see, by this time, I was already flirting with an e-learning platform called Open Ecosystem. I was already experimenting with digital learning because I had seen the potential that digital learning had in solving the problems that higher education institutions in Cameroon and Africa at large have. Chief among them are the following. One, there is hardly any African institution that has the desired number of qualified staff for all the programs they are running. Most higher education institutions in Africa do not have modern libraries with updated books. Most higher education institutions in Africa do not have modern laboratories with updated equipment. Most African higher education institutions do not have modern computer facilities and internet access for staff and students. And in fact, most African higher education institutions don't even have decent infrastructure, talk less of adequate space. In Cameroon, for example, more than 300,000 students leave high school each year, but all the 8 state universities and 200 plus private higher education institutions put together cannot accommodate up to 40% of that number. How did Prowess come about? When I left the Higher Institute of Applied Medical Sciences, I worked for a while as a clinical pathologist with the Ministry of Public Health. 3 years later, I enrolled for a PhD in chemical pathology at the University of Calabar. Unfortunately, my studies were interrupted by the infamous Nigerian university teachers' strike. So when I came home to wait for the strike to be over, I took a teaching position at the National Polytechnic in Bamenda. 2 days after resuming duty, I was given an appointment as coordinator of degree programs in the School of Medical and Biomedical Sciences. In my spirit of revolutionizing teaching, I had to import quality and qualified staff from Boya to teach on that program. 1 year later, I was upgraded to the role of dean of that school because of my outstanding performance. And now I had the power to enforce even more innovations. I traveled to Calabar, my former institution, and brokered a deal for a 3-way partnership between the School of Medical and Biomedical Sciences of National Polytechnic Bamenda, the University of Boya, and the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital that would enable us to be able to run master's programs, because I was concerned about the fact that we did not have teachers with master's degrees. Also, I led a delegation to Germany because my institution was ambitious about starting the first private medical school in the Northwest region. So I led a delegation to Charité Medical University in Berlin, Germany, to initiate partnership talks in that direction. Eventually, I was awarded a prestigious fellowship by the Foundation for the Advancement of International Medical Education and Research, FEMA, based in Philadelphia, USA, and I completed training in medical education, research, and leadership at the Sub-Saharan Africa Regional Institute in Cape Town. When I finished this 2 years postgraduate fellowship, I was appointed founding rector of Jomat Polytechnic Higher Institute in Batibo. By this time, the elite of Batibo subdivision in the northwest region of Cameroon, under the leadership of the Honorable Joseph Mbandam, Professor Peter Antifon, Colonel Godfrey Woriwo, Mr. Mbako Jerry, and a host of others, had envisaged erecting a modern private university, technical university, in their community as a vehicle for sustainable development. So they had spotted me as the young higher education manager with the credentials and drive to help them translate that dream into reality. So I recruited a team of young, highly qualified and experienced professionals, and we relocated to Batibo to start constructing what we envisaged to become the reference in professional higher education in the Sub-Saharan Africa sub-region, in the Central African sub-region. Unfortunately, just 2 months after welcoming our first set of students on campus, the Anglophone crisis started. As you will recall, Batibo was the epicenter of the heat of the conflict that ensued, and our campus was at the crossfires between the separatist forces and the government forces. That is how we were forced to shut our doors and flee. So while in the United States, I had a lot to think about. My personal experience had already exposed me to the potential that digital learning had in solving Africa's higher education problems. Now, the conflict that is ongoing in Cameroon precipitated the need for such platforms. And then COVID-19 came calling. And thanks to COVID-19, African countries like Cameroon, which never had a digital learning policy at all, started clamoring for digital learning solutions. So when I was facing Coursera, I had fire in my eyes and they could see it. Coursera is the world's #1 cloud learning platform with 70 million students enrolled as we speak from every country under the globe. Coursera is host to more than 7,000 professional courses and certificates taught and issued by the world's leading universities like Stanford, Yale, Johns Hopkins, London, Toronto, Hong Kong, Cape Town, you name it, and companies like IBM, Google, Amazon, and Microsoft. So when students enroll on Coursera, they are taught directly by the professors from these institutions, and for each course they complete, they download a certificate signed with that institution's logo. So Prowess is basically a Coursera for campus platform, meaning that we are the first institution in Cameroon to have a Coursera for campus platform, and we are the third to have such a platform in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. Unlike the generic Coursera platform itself, Prowess has introduced an innovation that even Coursera did not have before. When students are enrolling on Prowess, they are enrolling on a structured curriculum provided by the academic partner. So a student can enroll for an HND in management, for example, and that student's structured curriculum would be the HND curriculum in management from Jomat Polytechnic, for example. What that means is that this student will complete maybe 30 certificate courses over a 2-year period from Johns Hopkins, Stanford, Hong Kong, Erasmus, Toronto, Alberta, and gather all these certificates, bring them back to Jomat and convert them into a transcript. So Jomat awards credits, and this student can now obtain a Cameroonian HND or bachelor's degree, as the case may be, on top of these international certificates. So we're basically performing a miracle, because these are the same courses that these universities teach to their students on campus and charge thousands of dollars per credit hour. The trick is that we are taking the content and leaving out their credits so that our local institutions can award credits and then award diplomas. So it's a disruptive approach that gives our students the best content that you can find anywhere in the world, gives them the skills and the capacity to compete globally while at the same time giving them the qualifications that they need to get employed locally. So it's very disruptive. We are starting with Jomad Polytechnic, but we are also working with other institutions in Cameroon and across Africa to migrate their top-selling programs to the cloud. When we do this, an institution that hosts maybe 500 students on their campus will suddenly see themselves hosting 5,000 students through their online program. Also, we have company partnerships through which we now provide career development to the staff of companies. That is a great need that is not being met in most African companies, even though all companies or all modern companies require their staff to show evidence of continuing career development each year. Finally, we have short professional certification programs that can be completed in a matter of months, 2-3 months, that people fresh from high school can take one summer, for example, and get, let's say, a certification in project management or data analytics from Google and be ready for the job market even before September. So we are creating a revolution in which students no longer need to be dependent when they are studying in the university, because now they can actually be having high earning technology jobs and then decide whether they even need those university degrees or not. So the possibilities are endless, and we are really proud to put Prowess in the hands of everyone who needs it. The business model we are using is such that in the next 5 years, we will be having an annual enrollment of at least 10,000. In the next 10 years, we will be having an annual enrollment of at least 100,000. And that is how we envisage that within the next 20 years, Prowess alone would have trained at least 1 million Africans. So that would be the greatest contribution to higher education responsible for by one company. Prowess is taking a strategic position as that framework for the knowledge transfer, the skills transfer, the technology transfer, and the wealth transfer that Africa needs for its transformation. It's now up to you to make use of it. Thank you very much for being part of the Prowess story from this day forward. Together, let us transform Africa.